Everyone says that flipping phones means spending all of your time driving to sketchy meetups and scrolling through Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp until your eyes glaze over. They're wrong. I built a six-figure phone flipping business, and the system I developed has the potential to source dozens of phones a month, all while I'm right here in my office. In this video, I'm going to pull back the curtains on the exact no-drive protocol I use to have a secret network of pawn shops and repair shops to do all the heavy lifting for me. Now, if you saw my content before, I went over the strategy, but I have updates to bring to you guys and new ways that you'll be able to position this so you're making more money from phone flipping than ever. Make sure you guys watch the whole entire video, as we will be exposing different systems that you guys could actually put into play to actually start making money. And not just money by yourself. The key to phone flipping is understanding that it does take more than one person. Let's make it very clear, it can only be in one place at one time. Now, I'm filming this right now while also still getting money and about to head out to a pawn shop to pick up some devices. If you guys want to learn how to do this, it's very important you guys hit that subscribe button and also like, because I give a bunch of phone tips and tricks and of course systems on this channel on a weekly basis. Let's get into the video. How many of us have seen people flaunting Facebook ads, phone flipping courses, and telling you that they're going to help you make this the next income stream? I have been on the other end of this camera watching an influencer just like myself tell me that I can start phone flipping. But what if I told you in this video, we're going to make this a little bit different. What I'm going to do is break down to you exactly what you need to do to actually make money phone flipping so that you can actually make the profits you want. See, what a lot of people don't tell you is the people that are promoting their phone flipping courses heavy and literally making it seem like they have the secret sauce, or the people that aren't making money phone flipping because they're too busy trying to funnel people into their phone flipping courses. Now, the people that are making money phone flipping don't need to flaunt a course or don't need to go out there and consistently tell you, hey, buy my course and I'll teach you how to do Facebook ads, right? Because see, what they understand, this is not just about them. It's not just about you. One individual can't boost their business, especially phone flipping, all at once. Let me explain why. So when you're phone flipping, you have a limited amount of time. I want you to think about you as being a store, right? You have a certain amount of hours that you operate. Some of us have a family, some of us have obligations, a job. So other things take away from our time. So let's just say we have 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Well, that's a great amount of time for a phone flipper. And it may seem like it may be enough, but it's not. Think about it like this. While you may be flipping phones from 8 to 3, there also is somebody flipping phones from 3 to 12, and they're taking the customers that you're missing. So I knew this, and I wanted to figure out how I could fix this or find a solution. And you guys would be amazed by what I'm about to tell you guys. I'm going to break down a system that I've been doing for over a year and a half, and it's been working really well. And I mean, I'm making money right now as I'm sitting here recording this video. After this video, I'll be going over to a pawn shop to pick up more phones. And guess what? That pawn shop is going to get paid by me. We have a great relationship. They're considered a partner, but also I use their store without having to pay any rent. So this is a lucrative, beneficial partnership for all of us. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. And if you guys want to start actually learning on a consistent basis how to flip phones the right way without any fluff, make sure you guys consider subscribing. Okay, so let's break down exactly how I came up with this plan. So it took a rainy day, me driving 45 minutes back and forth from my store to another pickup location, and me finding that at the end of the day, I lost 2 customers because I was actually late to 2 meetups. I did gain about 4 to 5 phones, but those phones, one was iCloud locked because I was rushing, and one, it ended up getting blacklisted. Ultimately, I was rushing so much trying to hit as many people as possible that guess what? I wasn't really doing a thorough search. I wasn't looking at every device, and I wasn't making sure that I covered myself. And this is before I ended up really realizing and cracking the secret formula. Now, this actually led me to a pawn shop. I had a phone, and the phone that I had, I believe it was like an iPhone 15 Pro, and this phone was iCloud locked. At this point in time, I called some pawn shops around me to see if they actually bought devices. Now, I usually go to my buyers every single Sunday. We have a meeting and we talk and we ship. But this was a time when the 15 Pro was a horrible price, okay? And it's a horrible price now, by the way. But it was a really bad price. So I was thinking, let me see if a pawn shop will buy this, because maybe it's almost Christmas time and maybe they might want to sell this to someone, right? It was a locked T-Mobile phone. Now, when I walked in, the guy, he broke down to me how they don't buy phones because they don't know how much the value is. Because when they go and take things at the pawn shop, they usually search on eBay to see what the device is worth or what the product is worth. Then they deduct the price or deduct the percentage, and then they just resell it. Well, you can't do that with phones because the prices fluctuate. Plus, everybody is getting these devices from different places. So he actually started to plant a seed in my head, and I started to realize, what if I could actually tell you how much the device is, and then I pick them up from you, give you guaranteed money, keep the quotes that I give you in cement so you know what you can expect at the end of the week, and then in return, you have a drop-off location, plus you can expect the phone for me where I don't have to rush, I don't have to try and scatter, I don't have to not do my due diligence checking devices, because pawn shops do an excellent job at checking all of their products to make sure that they're not damaged and don't have any defects that will hurt with the product being sold. So what I ended up doing, I came back to that pawn shop with a paper, okay? And that paper was a partnership agreement. And I broke down to the person I have a buyback company. Now, this is important. You want to let them know that you are not a phone flipper. You are a buyback company. You own a buyback company. And what a buyback company essentially is a company that buys back devices, refurbishes them, and then resells them. You don't ever want to tell anybody that you are a phone flipper. It doesn't sound professional. It sounds like a side hustle. And when I walked into this pawn shop, I wanted to be on the same level as them. I didn't even tell them I owned a phone store, because then they would see me as a direct competitor. But what I did do was I said, hey, I'm a buyback company. My name is Brandon. And here is a piece of paper that would break down our partnership. And on that piece of paper, all I really had, guys, was, hey, every single Friday, I will pick up devices from you. I will send you a price list every single Monday, or every single day it updates. You can then buy phones now, tablets, MacBooks, iPads, Apple Watches, PS5s, Xboxes, Nintendo Switches, and I will be the person to buy them from you. So now you have a guaranteed person to buy, and you also have a guaranteed way to make profit. Well, with this happening, I actually started this partnership with my first pawn shop around a year and a half ago, and it worked really well. But the problem I was seeing was I ended up getting some phones from them, but it was not really until I realized I was missing out on another type of store that I started to make more money. I know repair shops are struggling. I mean, you have Assurion and Assurant developing repair locations, like physical locations near a bunch of phone stores like T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon. High competition. Take this from someone that has a phone repair shop. It's hard. So what I ended up realizing is, what if I could tell repair locations, instead of just repairing phones, let me buy the phones that you actually have walking in that people are willing to sell. You know, sometimes you'll have an occasional person walk into a repair shop, get a price or a quote for a phone that they want to get repaired, and they're like, I can't do that. And they ask you, would you buy it? Then you just hesitate, because you start thinking to yourself, well, it's kind of slow. I don't have a guaranteed sell. I don't know. It depends on the device. It depends on the quality. It depends on the repair needed. It depends on so much. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because a lot of these repair locations and pawn shops, they have one fear. The fear is, if I buy this, can I sell this? How fast is the turnaround? You want to be the person that is going to be that solution to that problem. I want you guys to think about it like this. Pawn shops, repair locations, they want people that are going to be able, or a person that is going to be able to buy back the products that they are buying from other people. They want to put out an investment and make money on the back end. You want to do the same. All we're going to do is be pressing down the pricing that we're getting from our buyers. So what I want you to do is I want you to start actually looking for pawn shops in your area. Now, pawn shops are all around. You should see about 4 or 5. In my area, I saw 5. I hit up all 5. Only 2 people actually agreed to do the partnership. See, what happens is not a lot of people understand this, and not a lot of people are risk takers, and not a lot of people are going to want to open up a partnership with you. But you want to try your hardest to get in there and put a face to your voice. You want to go in there and you want to just let them know, hey, you're a buyback company. And then if they have any questions, you want to make sure you're pulling on a price list. Hence why we sell the phone flipping buyer price list. It has 50 phone flipping buyers. You can even use that price list. All you have to do before going into the store is make sure that from that price list, you shave $20, $30 off of each device that you are going to be putting on the price list to those pawn shops. Now, you're now going to have a price list that gets you $30 each device. The pawn shop then is going to make sure that they're going to be buying phones for that price that you put on that price list. Now, when they start buying these devices, you already know you're making a $30 profit. They're going to take whatever they can off of the front end. You're not going to be losing any money because you're telling them the exact price that you're going to be buying these devices for. Now, when it comes to you going into the pawn shops, I would only recommend doing it 1 day a week. I've done it 2 days a week before. I have never did it 3, but 2 is too much because sometimes I go in there 2 times and I only get 2 phones each time. But if I go in there 1 time a week, I could walk away with 5 to 6. Now, these pawn shops are really, really good, again, at having people understand their brand. When somebody sees a pawn shop, they automatically think, okay, if I'm in desperate need for cash, I walk in there and they'll sell what they need. And I'll give you guys a really good example. This Christmas, okay, that just passed, we made $23,000 in December off of pawn shops, okay, because the pawn shops were really kicking butt when it comes to people pawning, people selling their merchandise, their iPads, their MacBooks, their laptops, their Nintendo Switches, all of their game systems. We've seen PS5 controllers. What else? With AirTags, a bunch of different things that are on the price list that are buy or sell and buy. So what we were able to do is literally give this price list to the pawn shops, to the repair shops. They then in return don't know that we have a $30 shaved price margin, okay? So that means that every single price that we're giving them, we have already taken off $30 and we already are going to make $30, or you can even do $50. This is going to bring you more money. Now, let me explain why I do 30 instead of 50 or 100, right? When I shave the products or the phone's price down from the price list. Well, the reason I do this is because I know if I have around 5 pawn shops in one area, I don't need to be greedy. I don't need to try and get $50 off of every single device. Why? What ends up happening is pawn shops start talking to each other. People start actually looking and seeing, and then they start getting envious, especially when they realize that you're making money. If somebody see you making a $30 profit or even a $20 profit, they're not going to trip. Take this December. I ended up finding that I was making $100 profit from a few phones from a pawn shop. I didn't tell them. They just negotiated down. The person that walked into the shop didn't really care about the price point, and I ended up just pocketing all that money. The pawn shop got upset about that once they found out, and guess what? They wanted to start a argument or issue, and to be honest, I don't need to do that. We dissolved the partnership, but it wasn't worth it. If I wasn't greedy, I should have gave him a holiday bonus or something. And that is something that I typically want to prevent from happening ever again, is being greedy. And you'll have people that walk in for to sell an iPhone 17 Pro Max and all they want is $300, but you'll be getting $1,050. Well, you got to cut them in, because you have to understand, keeping the pawn shop happy is where we win. Now, I don't want to get too much into numbers right now, as the numbers have not completely came back yet. I'm still waiting for buyers to buy some of the phones from the pawn shops. I'm waiting for my invoices to come. But I will say this right now. I will be doing a video more in depth, letting you guys know the price versus me flipping by myself versus the price of me flipping with pawn shops. It's an extraordinary difference. And I tell you guys this because everybody wants to talk about Facebook. Everybody wants to talk about OfferUp. Everybody wants to talk about flipping phones. Everybody wants to talk about just doing it online. There are a lot of ways that you can actually have repair shops, pawn shops become drop-off locations for you. They can literally source devices for you, and all you're doing is giving them a price list. Go on Google Sheets, get a price list, copy the price list, take off some money, and then propose your buyback company. Give it to those companies and watch how they benefit, thrive, and most importantly, help you profit. All right, guys. So this was me giving you guys a little strategy I want you guys to try. And I can't wait until I bring you guys the numbers on the back end. And again, I just want to make sure I have the numbers correct. But the next video coming up this week on phone flipping will be about how much I make versus me buying phones and selling phones myself versus pawn shops. I have my people working on it, and we're going to get down to the numbers, and I'm assuring you guys you're going to want to subscribe, because I know for a fact that the profit is going to be extraordinarily different. You're going to be able to see you don't need to drive all around the world. You don't have to go to this meetup spot and that meetup spot. You could literally start flipping phones by going to one store or 3 stores every single week, picking up phones and not even having to lift a finger nor pay your own money until you pick up the phone that is already inspected by someone else. Listen, I know it sounds crazy, may sound out of the box, but this does work. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys go ahead and leave them below. Make sure you like this video. And of course, if you want to be a part of the raffle that we have coming up this month on the week of the 20th, I will be going live. I will be going live on the week of the 20th. I'm not telling y'all today. Just make sure you have your bells turned on and your subscribe button pushed. And make sure you comment on as many videos as you can. Every comment gets you put into the raffle again. So you comment on all my videos, you're going to have a bunch of raffle points in that randomizer. On that live, I will be spinning that wheel, and whoever wins will be getting a free Bluetooth speaker on me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in a little bit. I actually have to run and pick up these phones, but I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.